Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine where's my Mad Magazine number 80, released July 1963. Our price, 25 cents, which is indeed cheap. But before we do that, please let me remind you to hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That is the #1 way that you can support this channel and help it to continue to grow. It costs you nothing, but it makes a big difference to me and the channel. I really appreciate it. If you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. Link is down in the description. So too is the link to become a YouTube channel member. And if you do either of those things, you get this, a special thanks at the beginning of every single video. If you support me on Patreon, you can get a 6 set of stickers, a set of buttons, and maybe even a stencil. Great for defacing both public and private property. So with those, thank you guys for your support. I hope I can keep on earning it. And with that, let's get into the issue. Okay, well, first off, I don't know how I sound. I don't know how everything looks. I didn't upload a video last weekend because I had I rebuilt my PC. I switched from Intel to AMD. Knew everything. Nothing in my PC is old. It's all brand new, and it's great. And I love that I did it. But I had to everything got lost. And I have like all my old videos and stuff like that. I have files, but the settings for all of this stuff that allows me to do like the call-ins and the live stream and it all went missing. And it was a real battle, and it took me a very long time to set it back up. So hopefully it sounds good, but we'll see. Here we have, oh, I should talk about this, a beautiful cover by Norman Mingo. It's very funny. It's kind of a gag that he went back to, right? Wasn't there one where it was like a firework that like shoots up into the air that was kind of similar? Who cares? It's still great. There's some really familiar things in this issue, but this happens every once in a while where my age makes it so that I don't understand some of these references. So personally, for me, this is not one of my favorite issues. This time period can be like so on the money and just like survive the test of time. But for me, this one did not do that so much. Here we have in the letters department, concerning your modern chess article in Mad number 78, you thought that by having Bob Clark illustrate a dark square in the lower right-hand corner of each half of the board instead of a light square as it should be, that all the mad chess addicts would write into you and correct the error, thus supplying you clods with letters for your letters department. Well, I'm not going to write in like you want me to. I'll leave the job up to the other chess players. How do you like that? Philip Logan, Purdue University. We like it fine, and we won't print any of the thousands of letters that did come in pointing out our goof. So white to the right. There's always a white square on the right-hand side of the chessboard. Now you know. Now you know. Here we have one of these. How does this strike you? This is a subscription ad, and it's by Baggy, an Italian sculptor that they hired to do all sorts of weird things. I don't know why they did that. Oh, sorry. Post-Thanksgiving yawns. Anyway, here's The Mutiny on the Bouncy by Wally Wood. Wally Wood, one of my favorite mad artists. Mutiny on the Bounty, just a great film about that naval life. I don't know. This is like, I was just like reading through this, and the art is just sort of like, I don't know. I'm not that impressed by it, I guess. It's Wally Wood, so it's really great, but Wally Wood also has created like some of the best comic book and Mad Magazine artwork of all time. So like when it isn't the best, it feels like meh, but it's still really good because it's Wally Wood. You know, you can't look at this and be like, this isn't good, obviously, but Oh well, what are you going to do? Look at all these Arthurs that were being thrown overboard. What's your favorite movie about mutiny? The Caine Mutiny? Mutiny on the Bounty? Mr. Roberts? That's not really about mutiny, but they do fuck with the captain a lot. Brain surgery. Now that the incision has been made, we'll simply lift off the top of the skull, and there before us will lie the wonder of all anatomy, the human brain. This is just, it's just weird. It's just so weird. This whole layout is weird. Everything about this is weird. The little nesting dolls of heads inside this guy's head, inspected by number 28. Visually, though, one of my favorites is this one right here on the boardwalk. Let's move this over. So you have this guy taking the photo. You've seen those, of course, where you like put your head through the hole or whatever. So you can relax now, sir, and I'll have your picture ready in 5 minutes. There we have it. He was actually not handsome with a skinny body. He was an ugly man with the body of a stud. So there you go. That's pretty cool. Oop, zoomed out a little too far. But what an odd layout for Don Martin. He just really wanted to get that third comic in. Now, here you go. This is one of the examples where it's just like, what is this? Cherished pages from old autograph albums, and I think they before, when people would sign yearbooks, they would now, before that they would sign little autograph books, and people could just write in the pages. But I don't get so many of these. Like this one, to Donald, be independent and you'll be wise. When you grow up, cut all family ties. Your fellow classmate, John F. Kennedy. What family ties am I missing? What reference am I not getting? How about this? To Milty. Milty had a steamboat. The steamboat had a bell. Milty went to heaven. The steamboat went to Henry Miller. Your friend, Henry Miller. What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. To Harold, roses are red, violets are blue. Aren't you glad you finally graduated from this school? Your buddy, Robert Frost. Okay, that's funny because it doesn't rhyme. And Robert Frost was a poet, but he also didn't rhyme in his poems, right? Anyway, that's why I don't get these. To Igor, I'll never forget you, though you're near or far. I think you are great. Like our dear, kindly czar, your school chum, Nikita Khrushchev. Are these funny? Let me know in the comments if these are funny. Yeah. Movie dialogue we'd like to hear. Oh, God. Did I stay up too late on Thanksgiving? I may have. A collection of reverse cliches designed to inject new life into surefire dialogue. George Woodbridge doing this. I mean, I don't know. Let me tell you this. There's a reason why there's only one page of these jokes, okay? I'll say that. How about that? Honey, you look awfully ugly when you're angry. I guess the joke is like you look cute when you're angry, but now it's you look ugly. I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, Mrs. Marshall. There's been a crash. Your husband was one of the survivors. All right, so it's irony. I don't know. Maybe I'm sick. Maybe I'm getting sick again for like the 5th frickin' time. Here we have Look What's Talking. Recently, the guys who started the adult coloring book craze. What? I thought that was a modern craze. The adult coloring book. With the executive coloring book, decided to give their imitators something new to imitate. Look What's Talking seemed logical since the trend is for things to take over the world. Anyway, like beginning with people's job. Hence this book of anthropomorphic humor. Don't ask us what anthropomorphic means. That's what the authors call this junk. Anyway, you can get this book at your local book dealer if he hasn't got it. you could burn all of his other books and maybe work him over a little. Or perhaps you won't even want to bother once you've seen these sample photos from Look What's Talking. Fast, 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 go to hell. I guess maybe because this is faster than that. I don't know. This I love. Achtung! And it's the Volkswagen, the people's car, all lined up with a Mercedes-Benz right there. They're saying, attention. So here you have some chiclets, the chewing gum with Phenamint, which is a chewable laxative. And it says, so you mean after they after they chew that. That is pretty funny. Big deal. You can do one lousy trick. But this over and over again, how disgusting. The Kleenex is saying to the reusable handkerchief. One of the Grandpa, tell me about Amos and Andy. I liked that one. And how about this? Crick. It's a Japanese camera. That's the joke there. Here we have the lighter side of dog owners. I must be really tired because as I was reading this, I was like amused. I was amused by this while I was reading. So I must be very, very sick. How about this? It's your turn to feed the dog, stupid. Move. Go feed the dog or I'll tell Mom who cracked that vase. Bad dog. 'Cause of you, I'm always in trouble. Just for that, you don't get any supper. Poor little puppy. How about this? No, not that one. I hate that one. We're gonna move on to the next page because there are actually some pretty good ones in here. That's how you know I'm delirious. How about this? Oh, Rosalind, I think it's adorable the way you dress up your dog. Good night, everybody, and Happy New Year. Stop him! Somebody, he's running out the front door. Officer, you must help me. I just lost my very valuable dog. He's brown and white terrier. He's wearing green pajamas, a plaid bathrobe, a pink nightcap, and blue booties. What was that about? I don't know, some drunk bitch. That's what he says. That's not what he said. That was disrespectful. And then here, I like this one. There's like almost no words. He steps on the little girl's doll because he's so mindful of this growling dog. She bites him. Yow! This is pretty fun. I was amused by this lighter side of. And here you go. If you were just thinking, hey, where are all the babes? I want to see the babes. Jack Rickard is here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Broadcast. Can I read? My goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Broadcasting Company presents It's About Time. And here's the girl with time on her hands, lovely and talented, Miss Ticky-Tock. Hi there, watchers. Well, the big hand is on the 2 and the little hand is on the 11. Time again for It's About Time. This is your good time girl, Ticky-Tock. And the latest time reports. I refuse to read this. I just looked at these drawings, and they're beautiful drawings. Yeah. And it's a 2-page thing. It's so crazy. This has a bunch of things that are just like 1 or 2 pages long. I'm used to, in this time period, having like these very, very long segments of Mad or like articles in Mad. This is one that I remember fondly because, not because of reading it in the issue, but reading it in reprints. It may have been in the very expensive Mad book that I got for my dad that he had when he was a kid. Misery is a cold hot dog, based on Happiness is a warm puppy, and you have all these classic cartoon characters. Look at this. Is this Henry? And then you have Archie, and you have Nancy and Sluggo, and you have little Lou. No, this is Henry, isn't it? That little freak. Misery is a sister. Misery is having to share. Misery is moving. That is actually a very moving picture right there. Misery is an ice cream pop falling off the stick. Misery is no skate key. This is one I remember being so confused by this one as a kid and having to have it explained to me that there was like a little key that you used to like adjust the size of your roller skates, which would just attach onto your shoes. Um, yeah. Misery is a piece of birthday cake with no flour. Oh, here's Dennis the Menace. Misery is the first snowfall of winter, and you have a cold. Misery is eating a peanut butter sandwich with braces on your teeth. What the heck? And it goes on. This is such a great one. Misery is buying 5 baseball gum cards and getting 5 Marv Thornberries of the New York Mets. Apologies to the estate of Marv Thornberry. Misery is a wet kiss on the face by an aunt with a mustache. Misery is having to eat the watery part of a loose, soft-boiled egg. Misery is having to change out a wet bathing suit under a towel at the beach. I've never had to do that. Just wait till it dries. Just wear it home. Misery is coming home from the beach and sitting on hot plastic auto seat covers, wearing nothing but swim trunks. That's miserable. Misery is having a sunburned back and then not being able to reach the good spots when it starts to peel. Now, misery is coming home with a rip in your best suit. I don't know, I just love these. Misery is getting clothes instead of toys for Christmas. Oh, here you have the second half of it. More movie dialogue we'd like to hear. A collection of reverse cliches. Mark my words, Simpsons. One of these days, that Kuper is going to turn on those mean cats. I don't know. At least you have really good George Woodbridge art. Here we have How a Bestseller is Born. Joe Orlando doing the artwork. Pretty good artwork from Joe Orlando. These are like paintings, though. Sort of just like his pen and ink work. Just like, what he would do in an EC comic. Oh, you've missed him, guys. We haven't had a primer in such a long time, and that's how you pronounce it, is a primer. This is the Mad Baseball primer. See the ballpark. The expensive seats are down front. When the sun shines, the people in them sweat. When it rains, the people in them get wet. This is known as soaking the rich. Walk up the ramp to your seat, past the first tier, past the second tier. When you get to the top, hear the announcer. He says, "Is there a doctor in the house?" That's because you've just had a heart attack. See the teams come out on the field. Do not bother to wave hello at the ball players. They will not wave back. They cannot see you. Wave hello to the passing airplanes. The pilots will wave back. They can see you. How will you know what's happening down on the field? Simple. Listen to the game on your portable radio. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Nosebleeds are kind of fun, though, aren't they? I like them. But I guess I'm just saying that because I can't afford the nice seats. See the parking lot. This is where you park your car. See the attendant. He sits and watches. He watches kids steal your hubcaps, also your antenna, spare tire, and seat covers. The parking lot attendant is very athletic. He is a racing car driver. Did you know you owned a racing car? Vroom! Screech! Crash! Now these I absolutely love. Father's Day cards from special people. From Weatherman. I've clocked the motion of the wind and looked at my barometer. I've watched the movements of the clouds and studied my thermometer. No matter how I check my charts and scan the skies of blue, I know that I shall never find a hot air mass like you. That's sweet. From a chef. First pour in kindness, wisdom, cheer, good fellowship and trust. Then blend in patience, courage, and a viewpoint that is just. A pinch of wit and merriment completes this loving snack. I know that you'll enjoy it, Dad, 'cause all these things you lack. Oh, this is hurtful. From a Peace Corps member. When I was young, you bullied me and filled me with defiance. And so I joined the Peace Corps, Dad, to get some self-reliance. Out here I've learned to be a man. I'm more mature now, really. I'm sending home my 7 wives. I hope you speak Swahili. That's a fun one. Here we have the rejection slip. This is by Tom Hudson. It's a weird one. It's weird. It's a very meta, mad entry. So, to the editor of Mad, dear sir, upon bringing to a close my career as an unsuccessful cartoonist, I find that my voluminous collection of rejection slips does not include one of yours. See sketch below. Would you be kind enough to send me a Mad rejection slip and thus complete my collection? Thanks very much. Sincerely, Tom Hudson. Dear Mr. Hudson, we found your idea for rejection slips from various magazines highly amusing and have assigned you the article of one of our regular writers. We are pleased to enclose a check in payment. Albert B. Feinstein. Wait a second. Dear sir, I'm afraid that you have missed the point of the whole thing. My letter was a request for you to send me one of your rejection slips, not intended to be a contribution to your magazine. I'm still looking. See sketch. Thank you for sending us your delightful mailbox cartoon. We all enjoyed it very much and plan to use it as the new heading of our letters department. Enclosed, please find your check in payment. Sincerely, Al Feldstein. Wait a second. You know what would be funny is if they had that at the top of the letters department. They don't. Wouldn't that have been funnier if they had it? Anyway. Dear sir, thanks for the check, but please could you spare me one rejection slip? As my wife would say, is my slip showing? Haha, see sketch. Dear Al, just happened to run across that slip showing cartoon while nosing around your desk. I think it would make a great cover painting with Alfred standing on some big fat dame's slip at a real fancy costume ball and looking out at the reader with his typical what me worry grin. What do you think? Bill. P.S. Will you see that a check is sent to Hudson for this cover idea? Look at it. And then enclosed is an ancient gag that has been turned down by every magazine in the country. Now how about it? Tom Hudson. Remember, you promised no more drive-in movies. Your hilarious drive-in movie cartoon broke up the entire office and served as a springboard for a drive-in movie article. Enclosed, please find a check and payment. You're doing great. Keep those ideas coming. And then finally he has to say, I am giving up. I've burned everything, all my rejection slips. Thanks for nothing. And then he gets a rejection slip. With this at the beach, look at this little freak is walking. He gets dumped a bunch of sand on his head by this muscle man. So he leaves, and of course he spends the whole winter, the fall and winter, working out and becoming strong. Ha! Now let's see that bully try something. Look at how he's a stud, even stronger than that bully. The bully drops a bucket of sand on him. This is what it should go to show you. Like, really, probably wasn't that he was some Poindexter. It was that he had a bad personality. And that's why everybody hated him. This guy probably has a good personality because he's standing up for people and getting rid of creeps like that, getting them off the beach. Here is the 10th hour, which we do not have time to examine. I'm sorry. Take some time right now to examine this, the Russian roulette. One of the best Sergio Aragones strips of all time. This is easily in my top 3 by Sergio. Hit pause real quick. Watch it. Look at it. It's beautiful. And finally this. I think this is Frank Jacobs. I think that's what they said in a letters page, I think like 2 issues after this. Somebody asked, they said, who is that beautiful woman? And they said, well, that's Frank Jacobs. That's Frank Jacobs, my man. Anyway, you guys, this has been Mad Magazine number 80. Thank you. Remember, tune in. What the hell am I saying? Please remember to hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Toodaloo.